Hey, welcome to Live and in Person on YouTube. My name is Scott Smith, and we do this every Wednesday. We also have our Twitter Spaces on Thursday evenings, so make sure you check us out. So with that, I am going to bring in our representative for Heaven Impact. This is a project that just recently launched on the Binance Network. So everyone, welcome MJ. Hey, MJ.
Hello. Hello,
Good, good.
Scott.
I'm
How
doing
are you?
great. Good. How are you doing, man?
It's good. I'm so happy with this opportunity. And yeah, a bit excited too because it's first time me just going live on YouTube. So it's kind of new for me, but I like the atmosphere so far.
Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome to the program, and we're honored to have you on as your first YouTube appearance. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Heaven Impact. Let's talk a little bit about you. What is your experience in Web3, and how did you initially get into crypto and NFTs and all that good stuff?
All right. I just joined cryptocurrency stuff back in 2019, I guess. It was like late 19. So that was a part of that bull run. The biggest bull run happened. And that just got me into crypto. And I thought like, oh, something is popping there, and I should just check it out. So it's just an opportunity for me. And after that, it was so fast to just translate into working in crypto. I started investing in for like 2 months or something, and right after that, I just got a job offer for a team called Nexus Productions. So I started my career from there, and I'm still working for several projects, as you know, and I'm here for Heaven Impact, and also we got an ecosystem called Coins with Benefits. Also, we got another project launched like 5 months ago, and it's called HEROS, and we are just building up, and we are just trying to create a new space in crypto. Maybe it's small, and maybe it's gonna grow later, and at some point, it's gonna be a space for all investors.
Mm-hmm.
And we are actually trying to get those like long-term vision investors, but not like one day or impatient 1 week traders. And
Right.
that's what we are trying to do right now.
So, what was the idea behind creating Heaven Impact?
The idea behind was we always look for new stuff in this scene, because if you launch or if you create new project over and over again with the same principles, like with the same taxation system, same utility, same of everything, like you are putting some name and that name belongs to a different cat type, dog type, etc. But we don't want to do that, and we are trying to aim for some adding new functionality to this space, like have an impact. We got already a working new taxation model, and this model just putting a pressure for bigger sales and also just supporting all those big buys and all these new mechanisms and also new functionality we are adding to this space. We are aiming to get more projects using our contracts. So
Yeah.
if you get famous with your contract, and if other projects also using that, then everybody is just checking the first project doing that. And when they check it, they will see have an impact.
Yep.
So even in short term or long term or medium term, it doesn't matter. If this contract becomes successful and people like it and people use it, then it will get famous. And if it gets famous, it will pump Heaven Impact. Also, it will pump other ones too. So it's the mechanic we are building.
Yeah, yeah. And so that is kind of unique, the way the
Hmm.
tokenomics work on the project. And I'm going to bring up your website here and just kind of look into that, which is right here. So, um, first, did you guys create your contract, or did you have someone develop it for you?
Liam created that contract. I told him like what type of contract I want. I explained it, and he just started developing it. And it took like 2 or 3 months to prepare that contract because it was so hard and it needed so many tests, from testnet, also from mainnet, and it took many times, and we just built many ideas up to it. We just thought about transfer text, we thought about another thing, we thought about adding maximum transaction function, so we just lower that maximum sub possibility.
Hmm.
So all these new functions we added, and we got the main contract right now. So this contract is working well, and it has crazy high transaction speed too. Liam just modified it that way, and like when you click that, you don't have to wait too long. It's just happening in under 1 seconds.
Hmm. So, how does the contract determine? And I do see it's written here, but how does it exactly work that it determines how much the sell tax is and how much the buy tax is?
There's just four labels for every buy transaction and every sell transaction. So that means there will be four different taxation system there. So tax is working like if you're buying with under 1% price impact. So that means like if you are buying really small or really low amount, then it's just putting you 8% buy tax. And when you just increase that price impact, and price impact means that your buy affecting to your chart. Like how much that chart gonna move after your buy or after your sell transaction.
So
And with
it's
this, uh-huh,
so it's not
please
about
remember.
volume so much. It's about the amount that you're trying to enter a position or exit a position in, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So cool. I do see here you do have some set aside for staking.
Mhm.
So is that live yet? The staking?
Yes, staking is live right now, and almost like 30% of roaming supply staked already. So we got a lot of people that bought in private sale, and the initial investors of ours are just staking their tokens. They are patient, they are chilling, they are good. We don't have that type of investors that just looking for quick 2x or quick profits. All
Right.
of them are just staying in profit. I know they are in profit because I sent those tokens to them because they bought it. And I can see like nobody's caring about selling because they trust this project. They expecting something more. They want something more. They are not here or holding for just small gains.
Absolutely. So what is the term here for your staking contract? Do you have to lock up your tokens for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year?
Yeah, there's four options, and those four options is with four different supply lock there. So we got like 5% supply for 3 days lock period. So and also 10% supply for 7 days, another 10% supply for 14 days, and 15% supply for 30 days. So that means if you look for more, and it's the highest you can look is 1 month, and you are getting maximum amount of reward there from this staking. And it's just following up with another criteria. We
Hmm.
just definitely created everything to hold this token, like from text to from staking, and it's just showing like we are here for long term. And that's why we just locked our liquidity for 1 year at the start, because we did a lot of tests. We knew that contract gonna work like how we want.
Yep.
So yeah, we are here for long term, and we are here for uh what was that word? I forgot. Like sustainability, I guess.
Yep.
So
Sustainability.
sustainable future, yeah. That's what
So,
we aiming.
so what made you want to launch at this time in the market? Was there a strategic plan for that? Uh, while the market is where it's at right now and all the craziness that's going on, was that
Mhm.
plan that you were going to launch during this, or were you kind of hoping for a little bit different, I guess, market condition?
Hmm. About that one, and yes, I know market condition is bad, but when market condition is bad, everybody is looking for some quick profits, right? Like
Hmm.
everybody's looking for digital projects, everybody's looking for one day projects that's making 10x or something, you know? They just trying to invest the minimum and take out maximum amount of money in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes, etc. And our contract is like fits perfect for that type of projects. You know, if you wanna do same type of projects, that's just riding the hype of, I don't know, new BMW stuff or new new Vitalik tweets, etc. You know, that type of stuff. Like whatever Elon Musk tweet, they're just making it a shitcoin, and they
Right.
can just use this contract because it's perfect. You can get enough marketing money. You can get a lot of liquidity money. If you wanna put a text for your team, you can put it. We didn't put it. We just put like ecosystem fee, and that ecosystem fee is for buying bots, etc. for these projects, for getting more buys for these projects. You know.
Hmm.
So
Nice.
I thought about it and thought like, yeah, we can launch right now because if people want to make some fast projects, they can use this contract. We can get more fame, we can get more usability of this contract, and for long term, this market's gonna be well. At the end, it's gonna pump again. It's gonna be bull season, you know. And it's just bear and bull. It's not changing.
Right.
So with this criteria, we didn't care about the timing of launch actually. So yeah, we launched it a bit early.
Nice. So, what kind of marketing strategy did you put in place prior to launch? Was it aside from the private sale? Was there anything else that was brought to attention that hey, launch is coming on this day that to kind of build hype?
Hmm. We put in actually Telegram marketing. Yeah, it was mostly Telegram marketing and a little piece of coin listing sites. And we prepared some friends, you know. All those friends knew that we are launching and they were there to wait for a dip to enter because lately, like a lot of snipers around, a lot of bots around. Nobody is doing transactions with their hands anymore. They're just
Hmm.
typing some numbers and bots auto doing that. So we knew that and we just let the bots just chill at the start. So they just pumped, dumped, etc. Did whatever they want to do for like 5 minute gains, etc. And after they out, we just get some buys and we just started some marketing. So for pre-launch marketing, we followed the trend. We used like mostly cold channels, and they were just friends of mine. They helped me for previous projects. They helped me for a lot of stuff. You know, whenever I ask them from call, etc., they are just posting something about their project or my projects. So
Hmm.
it was actually like 100% free effort though at the start. So yeah, launch was okay. It didn't like go as I expected because I was expecting some more volume and some more buys to be honest. But yeah, market is way worse than like 4 months ago. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, the market is kind of crazy. I've talked to some projects that are launching during this time, and they're doing it under a strategic plan that launching now means that really there's not much down to go. Right? It's
yeah.
something that as we get past this market and move into a more green market, it will just benefit the project and look better as a whole. So some people are launching now or creating projects and are doing it because the way the market is. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But I want to move on here. I want to talk about um, and I'm going to pull up your white paper because I know it's in there. Um,
Out there is
there.
falls from heaven, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So coins with benefits. So
Mhm.
looking at your project and how it's all structured, the tokenomics are appealing. They're unique to say the least. But this, I'm guessing, is one of the primary utilities. Is that correct?
Yes, is coins with benefits is the main thing of everything. Like everything is connected to a single ecosystem that's just feeding all other projects in the ecosystem, you know? So it's kind of like a bank. You can think as a bank, and that's why we created that. There's a wallet, and this is the ecosystem reserve wallet, you can say.
Hmm. So,
Uh,
what
uh-huh.
exactly is coins with benefits? Can you explain that for us?
Of course, coin with benefits is like a future CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, as you can say, but it's a bit different. And
Hmm.
the different part of it is like it's not gonna have like any scam projects. There will be fully vetted projects in this small website, and it's gonna start. And after it starts, we will just give a chance for small projects too, because if you try to go into CoinMarketCap and for CoinGecko, you have to do a lot of things, like many things. You have to do some fast track. You need that much volume. You need that much market cap. You need that much liquidity. We don't care about it. Like even you have zero volume, I don't care. Even you have like low liquidity, I don't care. You can get listed there, but you have to vet yourself. Like I have to know your face. I have to know where you live. I have to know all other information to stop you for bragging or scamming people. And that's all that matters. Like your project can be small, okay, but if you're building a game, just say a game, okay? It's a good utility, I think. And it's just dropping at 10k market cap. It's just sitting at 15k market cap. You are so undervalued, you know? And you need more buys. You need more people to know you. So I can just list you there. I'm not asking any money from you. I'm just doing that. But you have to be safe, guy. You have to show your face. You have to show your address. You have to show everything for safety, you know?
Right.
And
So,
yeah,
yeah, I mean that's a big endeavor. I know CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. There's a lot of things going on with them as far as listing and having legitimate projects being put on hold, while projects that are rugging 2 days after they're listed there are getting on. Right. So
yeah.
with that, I am familiar with a few other projects that are doing something similar. How are you going to market this to get it to you know be a place where the masses go for their information on a certain token, or to look for new listings and different projects that are legit in the space?
How are we gonna find them? And we're gonna find them like we will just look for them, you know? Even you just look for some projects right now, I'm sure like you can find at least 5 to 10 projects you wanna invest in long term. It's not too that hard. If you look for them, you can just find them. But for the users of this platform, I think users gonna like it because there are many people just looking for long-term projects, but they can't find it because when you just check some projects from Telegram, you can see like Caesar's call posting some coin and it's done in 2 hours.
Hmm.
Venom calls posting something is done in 4 hours, and there are some just posting and it's dead in 10 minutes, you know?
Yep.
So people just tired of it, even though they want to invest in something big and something that can make a lot of money for them in long term. They just can't find it, bro, because
Right.
it's too hard to find it.
Yep. So, how looking at the way everything is structured here, if you're not charging for coins with benefits, everything is relying on the transactions of the token. Is there going to be any other income outside of Web3, or any income within Web3 that would be able to sustain the project as a business, or even to help support the project long term?
There will be three type of income that we are thinking about generating. The first one is live, and the live part is every project in ecosystem has a bank feature, and this bank is the ecosystem bank. But how is that feeling? So it's feeling with different ways. Like have an impact paying like 1% 2% tax to that ecosystem wallet. HyperAsh is paying some BUSD rewards. And it's just stacked there. it's just growing, it's growing, and after it's grow, it's just loaning some funds to the project needing it. Like if you think Heaven Impact ran out of money, all right, and there's no marketing money left, it's still all right because we can just transfer like two beans, 3 BNBs or 5 BNBs, 10 BNBs from ecosystem wallet to that marketing wallet. So it just depends on how much project needs and what project needs. So it's just creating a circulation. This is the first way. And it's just about the projects in ecosystem. And there are two projects right now. The other way is we thinking about creating a launch, and it's called benefit launch. So this launch is about making some marketing for other projects. And with those incomes, it will just feel that uh, a reserve of this ecosystem, you know? So if you think like you're making an AMA and asking for 1 BNB, and let's say you make like 5 or 6 BNB every month, you know? It's just free 5 to 6 BNB you are getting for your ecosystem, and you can just use it for Heaven Impact. You can use it for HEPRASH. You can use it for further projects in ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second way, and also this way we are thinking about generating more money for marketing that platform and making it famous when it's live.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to just take a moment here and send a shout out to everyone in the chat. Corey, Robert, I forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Kudra, Nurturn, and of course Nick is in here. You know, uh, Gawkin. So if I pronounced any of those names wrong, I apologize. But dude, we appreciate you popping in and joining. If you have any questions here for MJ, by all means, put them in the chat and we'll pop them up here and we'll get MJ to answer them. But going back to the ecosystem, I did bring that up on your white paper. So you're going to have a platform to share the projects that are coming into the coins with benefits. You're looking to do some marketing there where they can, you know, acquire maybe ad space on the platform. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
There will be ad space, but not at the start. Because if you started from the beginning, it's just showing like not quality work, you know? So you are just looking like a greedy guy that's just looking for some money. But I'm not looking for money. I'm just looking for some real space out of Telegram because Telegram is crazy boring lately. Like no project you can find, no marketing you can do. It's totally waste, and you have to find somewhere else.
Yeah.
It happened before. It was a new trend that Coin Sniper started. Like if you heard about that website and every other listing sites just became more popular too, but it was a new trend. It was crazy marketing at that time though. It was like 1 year or something, everybody was checking that websites, everybody was checking some projects there, so
Yep.
they just need that new trend out of Telegram.
Yeah. And, you know, I think, you know, the way the Telegram chats, Discord chats, even the social media, you know, like your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I think they're down because the way the market is. You know, we saw a lot of people exit Web3 and, you know, they did it because maybe they didn't have such or any success, right?
Yeah.
But when the market does go green, they're going to come back. The chats are going to get busy again. And it may not be Telegram, it may not be Discord, it might be something new, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of what that is and, you know, the projects that are building in the meantime. So is coins with benefits ready to roll, or what kind of time frame are we looking at to have that released?
Actually, we are looking for like fourth quarter of this year or maybe 2024 because we don't want to rush it, and we got a lot of work like with working on Heaven Impact, working on HEPRASH. HEPRASH also getting a new game is play to earn game. So we got a lot of work to do right now, and I got a outside developer for this site, and it's a close friend of mine. And this guy also don't have a lot of time, so he will just take it slowly. And yeah, probably in 1 year that platform gonna be live.
So until the platform is live and you're able to monetize on that, um, what's going to sustain you through to 2024? How is the project going to be sustainable and stay active?
Are we talking about platform, or are we talking about have an impact or HEROS?
We're talking about Heaven Impact. So you just
Uh-huh.
launched this project. One of
Yeah.
the main utilities is not expected for another year, maybe sooner. But until that happens, you're relying solely on market action, right? So
Oh, wait,
how?
there's a mistake there. I replied that question for ecosystem platform. It's not about have an impact. Have an impact utility is just depends on community and how is it going, you know? It's like if we get some good traction and good movement, we will definitely just start thinking about an utility. And if we think about it, then it's gonna be live in maximum 1 or 2 months. But
Mhm,
depends on what we wanna do. We don't wanna do same stuff like everybody doing, like new
mhm.
locker or staking, swap, etc. All other things. So we need to find something new.
All right. So do you have something like on the back burner that you're just not sharing yet, or is it something that you're trying to figure out as you go?
We got some ideas, but if I share them right now, then everybody will say like, "Yo, you were doing that, but
Right.
we didn't start that. You know, we're
Well,
just thinking about it. So
yeah,
we
yeah,
might find something better."
yeah. And I'm not asking you to share. I was just wondering, what if there's something there that we can expect to be coming in the future. So
Hmm.
that's good. So anything that we're missing here on Heaven Impact, because the white paper is you know, pretty straightforward. It gives you all the details and keeps it pretty simple for everyone to
Uh-huh.
understand and read. Um, I love the way that your tokenomics work as far as how the taxes are based on price impact. I think that's
Hmm.
very unique. Um, the fact that you guys have staking live already, you have coins with benefits coming, and you know what am I missing? Is there anything I'm missing?
I think only thing we're missing right now is that big utility everybody's waiting for.
Yep.
If I'm just being serious about it, because it gives you a big reason to hold your tokens or holding for a longer term. Yes, you can develop some new tokenomics. Yes, that's good. But
Mhm.
also you have to add something to it, you know? You just have to match it with something, with some good utility, with new utility. So you can just push for more. You can get some serious long-term investors like that. If you just go to them right now, they will just talk like, all right, this is good tokenomics. Yes, there will be some projects also using that. Yes, you will pump some, you will get some traction. But what will happen at the end? Like, why these people should hold it? So at that point, there's a one reason for holding that is yes, it's not too dependent on volume. Yes, that's reality. But also there's a staking. And initial reserve is gonna survive for at least a 1 year. It's coded that way. The blocks working that way.
Mhm.
So yeah, while we're doing that utility, we got staking live too. So it's not too big rush there, you know? You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I follow you. Um, all right. Well, I have a question for you. So the market that we're in, you've been in this space since 2019.
Hmm.
You've been through a bull run. You've, I'm sure, done a lot of research and are pretty well versed in Web3. So, what are your thoughts on the upcoming year, 2023? Any predictions or any ideas that you might have?
Hmm. It's about general markets, right? Like
Yeah,
market conditions.
yeah, pretty much.
All right. I think there will be a small increase lately, but no, it's just fake. Fake pump, and
Hmm.
it's gonna just dump again, and there will be like 3 or 4 months more bear season, and it's gonna stay same. Volume will be dry, and new investors gonna be like hard to come in, etc. But at some point, it will just start moving up again, and I'm expecting like start of summer probably. It will start of new bull season, but it will start slow. It's not gonna be so fast like before. So
Right.
it will slowly just do some corrections, get new people inside, etc. New hype, and probably not a new ATH this year on Bitcoin.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give your community during this time? How can they how would they be able to benefit from the market that we're in? Is there any advice that you would share, or you know from personal insight, personal actions that you've done in the past? What would you tell your community as far as getting in now, or even the new investor that's coming in?
Hmm.
They find have an impact. They're like, oh, MJ, I like what you're building here, but I don't know if I want to get in right now because everything looks crazy, right? There's all this
Hmm.
news about, crypto and all this negative information. Why would I want to get in now?
Hmm. That's like personally like it's too hard for me to ape into something. I'm not gonna lie. As an
Mhm.
also an investor, I am, and I'm investing into projects, but it's way too hard to trust people right now
Mhm.
because they are not showing any trust values there. They are just doing something, and everybody is talking about like big expectations, overhyping people, and getting biased and announcing that project is dead in 1 hour.
Mhm.
So this is making things a bit hard, a bit like hard to invest into, But
Yep.
right now, like we launched 1 week ago, all right, and chart is staying at 30K for like last 5 days. So it's something that's showing it's not gonna drop below
Mhm.
because we got that investors. The remaining investors all are believers. They are believing in this project. They are expecting something more, and this is the first thing. The first thing is our community is great. I know, like main chat looks a little bit less less conversational, less people talking, etc. Because there are a lot of private groups, and all those private groups are just talking with each other. They're discussing with each other. They are holding together. They're asking questions. They are hyping, etc. They are doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So at the main chat, we are just using it for giving more knowledge. This is the first thing. Second thing is we are doing a lot of contests, but all those contests are not like small pickups, small gains. Like we got a new contest right now is live, and this contest is about you can invest, and when you invest, you are getting a ticket. And when you get that ticket, you're earning a chance to get your initial money back if you hold for 1 week.
Mhm.
So this is good, I just calculated that amounts like one by one. Like what is the percentage of winning with this much buy, etc. And
Right.
if you buy over 1 BNB or 1.5 BNB, you get at least 50% chance to win that. Your initial money back, It's a big percent, and
Yeah.
you can't find it anywhere.
So you have a buy contest going on, where everyone receives a pretty much an entry fee for entering a position in Heaven Impact, and after holding for a week, so when is the announcement for the winner going to be made?
It's gonna be at 10th January or 11th January.
Okay, nice.
So in 1 week.
Okay, now you said something there. with your answer that, you know, is very important. It is, you know, how do you gain trust within your community? So, what steps are you taking as a lead dev for Heaven Impact to give your community that reassurance that, you know, you are who you are, you're not going to take their money and run, and,
Hmm.
you're not going to rug the project. What are the steps that you took to ensure that?
For ensuring people looking for your face, all right, but that's not the biggest thing they're looking for. They're looking for your previous project. Is it successful? Did it do well? It was good. Like which team worked for it? Also, what type of stuff you had, you know? And they are checking and they are looking for charts. They are thinking about some quick profit idea. They are looking for some long-term profit idea, etc. And they are just calculating that numbers in their heads, and they decide to invest in or not. And also, KYC is a thing if it's a trusted company doing that. Like ICSA is good company. I like that guys, and it's also Papa Exchange running that website. And also they are looking for audit. And if it's a new contract, you should definitely look for audit because you don't know if it will work. You don't know if the project gonna relaunch in 1 week or 1 hour after launch. So yeah, all this is crazy important for pre-launch safety, I think. Also for after launch safety too.
So, your liquidity locked?
Yes, it's for 1 year.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, so, and of course, I mean, the fact that you're on here with me, showing your face,
Hmm.
being out there in front and giving people, somebody that can, they can go to and, know that they're talking to the right person, is a lot, says a lot too. As far as KYC, uh, I'm not real familiar with ICSA, but
Hmm.
with any project, doing know your customer and having that put in there if you don't want to fully dox. Now, is your team fully doxed, or are you partially doxed?
I'm personally doxed. Liam, not with face, but as name and surname doxed.
Hmm.
Chris also doxed with face, and also we worked on mini digits together with Chris, and
Hmm.
that project was 1 million market cap ATH, and it was a play to earn game project. And I was manager there and did marketing for like 1 or 2 months. And also Chris was working with me, and he's a real life friend. And so far, these comments is just I don't know, confusing me. So yeah, Chris also doxed, and team is not that big to be honest. So we got like 5 or 6 people in it, and mostly yes, we are doxed.
Yeah, I like to pop up the comments from time to time just to share what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, it's good.
And yeah, I mean, it is. And sometimes we get people asking questions in the chat that, maybe I didn't think of. So I always like to, pop people up and, share what they're stating. So
Mhm.
yeah, no, and I, I like what you're doing. I think you're off to a great start. I think you have a long road ahead. Utility is something that you're going to need for longevity.
Mhm.
Having some means of income outside of your chart trading is something that I feel like is necessary. um, and it's good that you're working towards that. But yeah, is there anything that we need to go over that we didn't already share? Oh, you know what, we didn't do the roadmap.
Hmm.
Let's do the
Let's
roadmap.
go.
All right. All right. So we launched. Um, so we have the staking. Are you guys listed on CMC?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
And yeah,
How about CoinGecko?
because It's like they're asking for like bigger liquidity and they asking for like bigger market caps. So I think they're on hold right now. And if we
Mhm.
get some traction, and I got a friend that owns volume bot, so he can just meet with some criteria they asking for, so we can get listed on CoinMarketCap and Gecko.
Okay.
But yeah, it will take some time.
So that's coming, or at least you're working on it. Uh, you got your initial exposure. Any influencers or marketing lined up for real life marketing yet?
For real life marketing, you can see the background. This is the first thing we started, and also we worked on sponsoring a volleyball team, and they just put our logo onto their jersey kits, and
Oh, nice.
it happens. I got photos of them, and the problem is we didn't like because the jersey was white and Heaven Impact logo is like with the black background, etc. You know, because to
Hmm.
show that wings, etc. And
Right.
so we didn't like it too much, but yeah, soon we will announce it in the community.
All
It's
right.
live.
Nice. Um, so what about influencers? Any influencers lined up?
It's let me think. It's about some Telegram influencers lined up, but it's not like for in few days or in 1 week, etc. They're lined up for like longer term. Like I'm talking with Vincent the Crypto Group. I'm talking with Dialga. I'm talking with like many other guys I don't even remember right now. I'm
Mhm.
in contact with them. Like Rasta is typing me every day, and like I just talked with Wizard today, and all these names are just checking, and they just waiting for some traction. And I'm sure if it goes well, if it goes like if we see 100K again, I'm sure they will just help it out. They will just push for more. They will just get a bag and work for their bags, you know?
Yeah. So in your trading history, where did you go to find out information? Where what was your sources and what things did you go to look at to find, new projects that are getting released and things that are coming to market?
Hmm.
Was it
To be
YouTube? Was
honest,
it like Telegram, shill channels? Was it Twitter Spaces?
it was through Telegram, but it wasn't with like any channels or groups. It was just about people. Like I had a group called Hood of DeFi, and it was a small launch with 200 people or something, and we had a few members talking there. It's like 20 to 25 people talking every day, looking for projects, etc. And there are some people like shilling or sharing some projects there, and it was always doing well. It was some long-term stuff, and those guys were holding tight, and I just joined them. They were shilling something and I was aping in, and we were holding together, and I was sharing something, we were aping in, but we were trading as group, you know. And
Yep.
that stuff was good, and it gave me some trust, because it's a lot better to get a coin name from a friend than getting from a channel owner that's just doing it for money, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And I mean that I have a history very much like that before we started Heroes. Is I did a very similar thing. I was doing group trading with a few other people, and the nice thing about that was it allowed each of us to go and research projects uh, independently and bring it all back to the table, right? So we would
Mhm.
go explore this new token that I heard about, and I would dig and find all the information I could. If I thought it was something that I would want to invest in, I would bring it back to the group and share it with them. If it was something I was like, yeah, no, too many red flags for me, I would just drop it off the table, not even bring it up. Or if someone else brought it up, I would tell them why I felt the way I felt. And it was just kind of us looking out for each other, looking out, for the greater good of everyone doing well, right? Um,
Right.
so yeah, I appreciate that. I do see here, and I am curious. So China marketing. Um,
Mhm.
I've had some experience with some China marketing, and none of it has been successful. So what is
Yes.
your strategy there? What is your plan to break into that market?
Yes, right now we are doing some research about Ecoda Marketing Group, and they are they are actually looking for some great ideas, or they are just teaching you how to do marketing in different countries. And for Chinese marketing, like we can change it to Asian marketing because right now we are just looking for Korean marketing or some other Asian countries, that's not trending right now. Because if you just focus on the trend, then you will be just small fish there. But if you look for some new marketing idea, then you will be like a big whale there. And after some people do that, it will just grow and there will be more people doing that marketing. So you just have to invent something. You just
So,
can't do the same thing every time.
do you have a person on the team that is fluent in Chinese or uh, in any Asian language?
No, not yet, because if we just agree with Ikoda about their partnership or some marketing work, they will just get us those Chinese guys, that people talk in Chinese. So it's just a part of a deal. But right
Mhm.
now we are just looking for price information, and also we are looking for how good they are, or what they do, or however they do, like how they do.
Well, yeah, and again, not to knock anything, about that segment of the world, but our attempts and our outreaches to different promoters and different people that made a lot of promises, you know, definitely did not pay off.
Mhm.
So I will just warn you to be careful, and if you actually find success there, I would love for you to share that with me.
Of course, if you can find successor, I will definitely share with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think we covered just about everything. Anything else that you want to add?
Hmm. I think not many things to talk about because everything is set and everything will need some time. And right now, if anyone interested about like getting into this ecosystem and understanding it better, they can just join a group in Telegram that's called Benefit Launch. And this is the people that's holding ecosystem projects, and also they are just they will talk each other about new projects that got some longevity and new long-term looks, with great utilities and other stuff that you can learn first about them.
Nice. All right. Well, perfect. So I don't have anything else to ask you. So any closing statements? Anything you want to just share in the last minute or two? I know I'm
Hmm.
throwing this back at you, but I, I'm digging for nuggets.
Yeah. So far, thank you for this opportunity. Though it's like it's a great platform. It's a great concept, and I like it so bad. It's so good. And
Nice.
yeah, you're a nice guy too. And yeah, I just want to say like we are grinding. We're not gonna stop grinding. We will work. We will work hard. We're not gonna stop working. And that's the main thing I can just promise to people. So
Absolutely.
yeah, if they holding, yes, I'm gonna reward that with working. But at one day, like we will get that traction
Hmm.
because you just can't work for nothing all that much. At some point, it will give you some benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and that's what every person that's investing in a project wants to see. They want to see the team grinding away, constantly working, constantly progressing, and making the project better overall. But yeah, with that, I think we're going to close out this space. I appreciate everyone for checking us out, joining in the chat, making comments. Would love to see, more questions in the future. But I also appreciate Having Impact and MJ for joining us and sharing what they're building. I think it's something we're going to keep an eye on for the long term. I'm excited to see, their attack at breaking into the CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap market and becoming that replacement or that alternative. So that is all going to be fantastic. So with that, I appreciate you all and thank you so much for joining us and have an awesome day.
Thank you to Scott.
Absolutely.